Morning. It's been an interesting few days, and I thought I would just share with you some things that have been on my heart. I wanted to present the question to you that's rhetorical, because we all know we've gone through things. But when was the last time you had your faith tested? You know, it might have been recent, it might have been years ago, might have been yesterday, might have been today, this morning already. But think about that. Like, when was the last time you've really been put through something that felt impossible? And I just want to encourage you that in those moments, when we are weak, God is strong. And I've had some friends this past week who've gone through some really tough stuff. And there's been a lot of prayer going up, and a lot of just encouragement to boost their confidence. But I know as a believer 110% that it's God is testing them. God is really trying to test their faith. Like, God's saying, are you going to rely on me when you go through this, or are you going to seek worldly things? And the answer is that we should always turn to God, right? And sometimes that's hard to do. But I want to remind you of the story of Abram and what God did for him in Genesis 15. God's promise to Abram is that he would have an heir. And a lot of you know Abram as Abraham, and that he had a son, Isaac. But Isaac didn't come at an early age for Abram and Sarah. He came way late in their age. And for a long time, there was belief that they wouldn't have a son or an heir. And God said to Abram that I will give you an heir. And Abram in Genesis 15 chose to believe him. And that's all God needed. That's all Abram needed in that moment, was to believe God. And maybe it even took years then still before his prayer was answered when he was blessed with Isaac, but he believed God. And that's what we need to be reminded of, that when we're going through a struggle or we're scared or worried, that we just need to believe that God will help us. And 2 Thessalonians 3:3 says, but the Lord is faithful, who will establish you and guard you from evil. Remember that today, guys, as you're going through stuff. God is your strength and your refuge. Give all your worries to him and know that he is faithful and your prayers will be answered. Be blessed today.